Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you over there where you are in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Once again, here we are at another Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast. It's 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning there in London at 1 a.m. and also Friday morning in Tokyo, Japan at 9 a.m. They're getting ready to have their breakfast. They're going to start their day. Hi, everybody. Welcome aboard once again to another edition of Talk Back Live. This is a show where we get together each week on this Thursday night here in New York. We're coming to you live from New York. That's where we originate. And we get together each week. And we involve you in the program as well. Those of you who are probably been here forever with us, well, you already know the protocol. So give me a chance to talk to the people who are new here. In case you're just joining us, we're here every Thursday and you get involved in the show. Now, how you do that? All you have to do is talk back live to us as we talk back live to you by using your fingers on your keyboard, on your computer, on your telephone, and even on your tablet or any other device that you may have to pick us up. And of course, whatever you want to say, we'll watch you because I'll see you right there on the big screen. We'll acknowledge you. If you want to say hi to us, just a simple hi and a hello, and that's it. That's okay too. And if you have anything in particular that you want to add to the program as a topic, of course, as I start the show, think about it. And whatever you want to talk about it, and then we'll talk about it, all right? Otherwise, we'll just wing it. How about that? And you can sit down and watch the show. And a lot of people, they don't want to get involved in conversation. They just rather sit back and relax the show. And that's okay too. But as long as you're out there, that's good enough. And those of you who may be at work at this particular time, you know, whatever your schedule is, I hope that you're standing by at your computer and just watching the show and working at the same time, the thing that we call multitasking. However it is, we thank you so much, whether you're home, whether you're at work or at the gym or wherever. We thank you so much for being along with us. Now, we've got a lot of things to talk about today, and as far as getting you involved is concerned, that's a plus. But those of you who just don't want to sit back, you want to sit back, relax, fine. Now, what we do in order to get the show going, we interact with you, but we still have our other plans going that we usually do, our other routine. In just a few minutes from now, Brian Camp is going to be along. We're going to link up with him directly from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's going to be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he'll have that for you. And those of you who may have questions about it while he's going to be online here, please feel free to ask your questions. You'll get a chance to meet him, you'll get a chance to see him. Now, if you're watching us on Instagram, realize that we don't have that luxury of having such a split screen, or you'll see him, but you could hear him. But at the same time, you can still ask questions and we'll relay those questions to him. But for those of you who will be able to see him, you'll have to be here on Facebook or here on YouTube. Now, I gave it away already. We're on three different places. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook. We're live. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook right now, take the time out right now before we get into the meat of the program. Tag some of your friends who you think may be interested in watching the show and getting involved to tag them. They'll see that information is coming from you. They'll know it's from you. And all they have to do is click on to that notification and it brings directly to us. They'll come directly to us right here. They'll see you, they'll see me, and others who may be involved here. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, as I always do, you get a chance to take that time right now as you watch us to click on and subscribe to us. You see where it says subscribe? Well, take your mouse, point the arrow to that subscribe button and click onto it. Simple as that. No, you don't have to pay anything. It's all free. And the good thing about it, that the benefit of it all is that from here on in, after you clicked on, you just clicked on, right? Okay, good. Now, from here on in, what's going to happen is that every time we go on live and you're on line, or even if we so much as post a video, you're going to get notification as a reminder, because a lot of people may forget about what time the show comes on. They may be preoccupied with something else while they're doing it on a computer. And of course, when that notification comes up, there you go, it's right there. So we thank you so much for being along with us. And if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, of course, notification comes up automatically, only because you're a friend, So those of you who like to friend me, I would appreciate that too on Facebook. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, all we have to do is to let you know is just to keep following us and tell your family and friends about it. Make sure that they're out there and make sure that they get involved with us each week as well as you do. And if they like what they hear, if they like what they see, of course, they may be members as well. We hope so. We really hope so. Thank you so much for being along with us. It's now 5 minutes and a half after the hour right now for whatever time zone that you're in. We're so glad to have you aboard with us. And we've got a lot to talk about. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and we want you to stay out there with us. Remember that all of the view and the opinions expressed on this show, Talk Back Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of people on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or any other form of publication like our broadcast publications or social media. All right, so since we cleared that out of the way, here we are, and let's get started right away. Well, the summer is in full gear already, and we're halfway down the line of July, and some people are celebrating Christmas in July, right? Me, I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to pass on that because I know not too far away after that, you're going to have the regular Christmas, but some people are celebrating Christmas in July. So Merry Christmas in July for those of you who are celebrating. I'll just stay back and just let you guys enjoy it. Other than that, we have a lot of other things going on in the summer. You got outdoor barbecues and picnics. Friends are coming down and they're joining you at your house, and you have a cookout in the backyard, and you're doing this and doing that. And if you live in New York City, of course, we have a lot of things. We've got Coney Island, we've got all of the amusement parks, we've got all of that going on. And I'm pretty sure in different parts of the world and parts of the country, they have the same thing. And all of that's going on in the summertime. But on the other side of the world, while we get summer over here, on the other side of the world, winter is in full gear over there. And that doesn't mean we can't tell our friends to get involved with us as well. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, we're here. And we're here each week. So thank you guys so much for being along with us for this fabulous Thursday. And, yesterday, we talk about summer. Yesterday, we celebrated, some of us did anyway. I know I did. We had what they call National Hot Dog Day. We had that Wednesday. We celebrated that. A lot of people did. And it was all over social media too, and every time I looked around, people were posting, like pictures of hot dogs, mounds of hot dogs, and expressing things like Happy National Hot Dog Day to everyone. Some people, they say, well, I can't eat hot dogs, because, I'm allergic to them or whatever it is. But Jay just wished everybody a happy National Hot Dog Day anyway. And I would say a lot of people don't eat hot dogs because they have what they call, they think about what's contained in those hot dogs that you eat. All right, I'll stop you right there. And I posted this online yesterday about the hot dogs. Say what you want about hot dogs. I don't care what's in them. Whatever what's in those hot dogs, keep it to yourself and let me enjoy my day. And have a couple of hot dogs with maybe a cold fruit drink or something. Because I remember as a kid, having hot dogs as a kid. We had a place downtown Brooklyn, because I was born and raised in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. And those of you who are familiar with Brooklyn, when you go way downtown Brooklyn, there's a mall there now. But before that mall was there was like a hot dog stand almost on every corner. And I love the way they cooked the hot dogs. And along with the hot dogs, I was either drinking pineapple juice or a pineapple drink, or orange drink. It was pineapple juice or orange drink. And that went very well with the hot dog. A lot of mustard, a lot of sauerkraut, delicious. And those of you who like hot dogs, we had the best hot dogs in the world here in New York City. The very best hot dogs in the world. Back in the old days, There was nothing like the Coney Island hot dog. Nothing like the Coney Island hot dog. I mean, it was the best, you know. And at that time, growing up as a kid, and I lived out there and over there in Brighton Beach in the area, only like maybe 2 stops on the subway station from Coney Island. If you wanted a great hot dog, all you have to go there where Steeplechase was. You had the great Knishes, everything. And at that time, they were like, I believe, only 20 cents, as I remember, 20 cents. They were like 10 cents like in the earlier years, but as I remember, hot dogs were 20 cents. You pay for a hot dog now, what? I don't know. I was thinking maybe, you know, since they were celebrating National Hot Dog Day, they would have like some kind of promotion thing for hot dogs, but they didn't, not as far as I know, they didn't. And I'm thinking something like maybe buy one, get one free hot dog when you come in, or maybe free hot dogs for a whole half hour, all you can eat for the whole half hour for the first 100 people who enter. Something like that, you know. But you know what the heck, you know. But hot dogs, what are hot dogs today? Well, they were about like $3, you know. Or if you go to Yankee Stadium or Citi Field or any other ballpark around the world, hot dogs are like $6, maybe more. I don't know. Hot dogs got expensive, but I still love them. They got expensive, but I still love them. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that's what we celebrated. Yes, and we had I had my share of hot dogs. I'm not saying I'm a Joey Chestnut. I'm going to douse all the hot dogs. I'm not going to say that. But and besides, I wouldn't eat that many hot dogs anyway. If I had to eat those many hot dogs, if I had to enter the contest, I'll probably hate hot dogs for the rest of my life. So Joey Chestnut dog, I don't know how you do it. And by the way, Joey Chestnut won the hot dog crown again. He won that yellow belt, that mustard yellow belt, and he's holding on to it. So I think, I don't know how many times how many years, 6 years, more than that? I don't know. Anyway, congratulations. And as you already know, the actors union strike is on. The writers and the actors are still on strike. And of course, we're waiting to hopefully that they come along and they're going to be okay. And of course, some of the TV shows that you normally watch may be off the air because of the writers' strike, or maybe they're running reruns, and then you'll probably get more of the reality shows coming on the air. Now, if you're a reality fan, then that's good for you. But if you're not a reality show fan, well, just brace yourself and be prepared because there may be a lot of them coming along. Otherwise, you have to go on Netflix or some of the other streamers and watch some of your favorite shows. But as of right now, if you like some of the late night shows, I'm pretty sure they're off. They had stopped production. Production has been stopped cold all over the place. And you know, the only thing I can say is turn on to some of the cable shows like Turner Classic Movies. By the way, later on, we're going to give you the movies about Turner Classic. And then movies, my picks of the week, that's coming up too. And also, I didn't mention that also in just a few minutes from now, we're going to have all of this day, this day in history. I could say something and it'll jog my memory up to say something, but yeah, we're going to have those for you, and that's all coming up. So stand by, ladies and gentlemen, that's all coming up your way. A little news. This is a little local news here, a little local news, but I think it's worth talking about because I think this news went beyond local, in my town local, but I think it went beyond that. And I'm pretty sure people in different parts of the country probably heard of this. But CBS New York meteorologist Elise Finch died last Sunday at a local hospital. Her cause of death was not announced. Finch joined CBS New York in 2007, starting as the weekend meteorologist, but eventually joining the morning show. And she was also a wonderful ambassador in the community, including her hometown in Mount Vernon in Westchester County here in New York. Prior to joining CBS New York, Finch worked on NBC's Early Today Show and MSNBC, and she leaves behind her husband, Greg, and her daughter, Grace. Elise was 51 years old. We're going to miss her. She was a shining light, I'm told, in the morning on CBS I never got a chance to actually watch CBS that time in the morning because I'm up and out early in the morning. But every once in a while, if I'm at the gym, they have this TV right over the treadmill. And I will see her, even though the sound is out, but I could see her, do the news or do the forecast, the weather forecast. But anyway, she passed away last Sunday. The story was told that the Friday before she was on the air and normally doing the weather and in good spirits. And then she just died that Sunday. She was in the hospital and she died that Sunday. So we don't know the cause, but I say what I always say this, it's not how a person dies, it's how a person lived. And I'm pretty sure she lived a wonderful life. She had a great job. She was on CBS for 18 years. And she got a chance to work with those people that she adored so much, and they adored her as well. So again, all of our condolences go out to her family, friends, her husband, and her daughter as well. Right now, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we always do, and we're going to connect with Brian Camp. Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great. Didn't really know much of her, of the meteorologist on CBS Channel 2 News. Only, I catch glimpses of New York news from time to time, but apparently she was well loved, and so sorry that she passed away. Pray for her family during this time for healing of the heart. As for those hot dogs, Joey Chestnut makes you not want to eat hot dogs anymore. Simple as that. I mean, the way he eats those, and then you got to dip it in water to soften up the bread. I mean, come on, he's a 16-time champion of hot dog eating. That's more titles than Bill Russell and Yogi Berra and Tom Brady. Disgusting, but
I don't watch him every year because I love hot dogs. Now I don't eat a lot of hot dogs, because when you get older, there's certain things that you have to maintain out of your diet.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
so I just I may eat a hot dog once in a blue moon, but not really. But every July 4th. We always got to tune in to ESPN and watch this hot dog eating contest. The man was won 2 8-in-a-row championships.
Yeah, I concern myself with that because to choke down food like that later on over time, that has a impact on your health.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. But what does he gain out of it?
Yeah,
being recognized as the world records of eating so many hot dogs. There was a graphic that he's eaten over 1,200, I think close to 1,200 hot dogs during this competition. And, that's unbelievable.
He got one endorsement. I don't know if you saw it. It was about the pistachio commercial. I don't know if you saw that commercial.
I didn't see that one. No, I did not see it.
I hope nothing goes wrong. What I do hope is that someone beats him out so he can take a rest. That's what I hope.
I agree with that. Yeah, but
yeah,
there's nobody in sight. But before him, there was another guy that was doing well. The Asian guy. I forget his name, but he was a champion for a while.
Yeah. And then they didn't have they had a women's competition too, right? But they don't hear too much about the women's competition.
No, after the men's competition, they don't really pay too much attention to that. I mean, you'll see the results the next day, on in the news. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
It's really they really
I
don't.
still love hot dogs, but I eat them at a minimum. I eat them at in moderation, just like I do any other food, just in moderation. But if I had to down those many hot dogs, I probably would never eat another hot dog.
It's just the thought that kills me. A hot dog to me is just a basic.
Yeah.
A hot dog on a bun with brown mustard, not yellow mustard, brown mustard.
Yes,
and
that's right.
it gotta be by gosh, I forgot the name of the mustard company.
Uh,
Maybe I was a
French's. French is a
huh?
golden.
Golden.
Yeah,
Golden's mustard, yes.
yeah,
That's the only mustard I would eat.
yeah.
Yes, golden mustards is the best.
That's right.
So
It has that spicy taste to it. Nice,
they
black, spicy.
got a lot of little kick to it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. A
I got,
jump.
yep, that's right. But good evening to you all out there who are listening. Some parts of the country is going through some tornadoes. I was watching the news. I noticed Rocky Mount, North Carolina was hit hard with some severe winds. Um, is out there in the Midwest, and some of these here fires are coming out because of the heat. So we're having a heat wave. We're having these here tornadoes. Be safe, everybody. It's hurricane season, believe it or not, too. So, we got to be careful what we do. Be safe out there. Be careful on the beaches, too. I've been following stories in New York as well. Sharks are attacking humans. So you got to be careful, when you go into the water. You can't outrun a shark, but you better be careful. Don't go too far out. So, but it is 81 degrees out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, known as the Queen City. And we've been having a lot of overcast, cloudy weather because of the tornadoes. So we have been threatened of rain, but so far no rain, just a little sprinkle here and there. But it is nice. The weather's warm, and we're just gonna keep our fingers crossed. But again, it doesn't hurt to have some rain to fall on us to help cleanse the air and to help water your grass and the flowers, because after all, it is summertime. But in sports, in the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers will play a regular season game in Paris next season. Yes, the clash, which will be the NBA's third regular season game in the French capital. It will play at the Accor Arena on January 11th of 2024. That's in the middle of this coming up season. The Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury are moving forward with putting their games on free broadcast television after their regional sports network partner declined to match the competing offer. And it's all about politics when you get these TV deals and everything. So, they come and they go. Now the convention charge move was been blocked by a bankruptcy judge this spring after the teams announced their decision to end a longtime partnership with Bally Sports Arizona. Now, Bally Sports, they have different cities around the country where you can watch your favorite local sports, but you got to get the box to watch these games. You can't get it on regular cable, but you got to get the box. NFL football, the Washington Commanders are no longer belong to Daniel Snyder. Thank goodness. The NFL owners voted unanimously to approve the team's sale for the Snyder's family to a group led by Josh Harris. Now the Harris group is been told that they've been paid the $6.05 billion, but the sale has been approved. But Daniel Snyder still have to pay a $60 million fine for his involvement in a sexual harassment among his organization while he had owned the team. And this is what he has to do because it was an uncomfortable environment for sexual harassment, racial slurs, and a lot of the team owners around the league wanted him out. A lot of the players wanted him out. Even his own team wanted him out. And he was sued and been fined. So he's now a goner. He still makes a good profit, him and his wife. You're getting $6 billion. You pay a $60 million fine. You lose some, but you're still rich. You're still a billionaire. This day in sports, July 20, 1916, the New York Giants trade Major League Baseball Hall of Famer pitcher Christy Mathewson to the Cincinnati Reds. 1956, the New York Yankees pitcher Whitey Ford ties the American League record of 6 straight strikeouts. That's amazing. 6 straight strikeouts. 1973, the Chicago White Sox starts Wilbur Wood, their pitcher, starts both games of a doubleheader versus the New York Yankees. And I remember that game. I believe I remember that game. I did watch that game. It was a doubleheader. That's when they had scheduled doubleheaders. It wasn't no rain out or makeup game, but it was a doubleheader. And I remember Wilbur Wood pitched both ends of the doubleheader and lost both games, 12-2 in the first game and 7-0 in the second game. You will never see that again, not in this lifetime. Pitching baseball is totally different now. 1976, Hank Aaron hits his 755th and last home run off of Dick Drago. Birthdays, 1929, Mike Litch, he's a founder of Little Caesars Pizza and owner of the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers, was born in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, he's the founder of what we eat today, or some of us, not me, eat Little Caesars Pizza. Pizza. You've seen that commercial. And in 1940, Tony Oliva, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer right fielder, was born in Pinar del Rio, Cuba. 1944, Mel Daniels, former ABA player for the Indiana Pacers and a Hall of Famer, was born in Detroit, Michigan. 1947, James Harris, NFL quarterback, born in Monroe, Louisiana. 1974, Benji Molina, one of the Molina brothers, who played Major League Baseball, a catcher, was born in Rio Padres, Puerto Rico. And today, 1975, Ray Allen, NBA guard, 10-time All-Star, was born in Merced, California. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
You know, you're talking about the pizza. That just reminds me. I have a pizza place where I go here in my neighborhood. I love that they have the best pizza, and I go in there and the guy that that's waiting on me. I go in there and I say pizza, and he already knows when I go pizza, give me 2 slices.
And he knows what to put on there too, right?
Yeah, but I don't put it. Something with my pizza. I see these commercials. They put everything on a pizza. I mean, there's bacon pizza. There's all of that. I mean, instant heart attack. Listen, just give me the basic. It's either if I'm going to put any toppings on a pizza, I just want either pepperoni or sausage. I don't want any bacon. I don't want the cheese stuffed crust or anything like that. I don't know.
My basic pizza is spinach and chicken.
Okay.
That's all I want.
All right.
Yep.
All right. You like the toppings. I just want the basic toppings. It's either pepperoni or sausage. That's it. And they got pineapple pizza. They got all kinds of pizzas.
Oh gosh, they get a little outrageous with that. Yeah.
They got the pineapple pizza. Next thing you know, they're gonna put bananas, and just like Elvis used to eat the banana and what was it? Banana sandwich or something like that?
Oh gosh. From Joey Chestnut to banana. Oh gosh.
And speaking of Joey Chestnut, when he downs all of those hot dogs, right? That reminded me of a movie I was watching last night. I don't know if you ever seen it, with Paul Newman, called I'm trying to think of the name of it. Cool Hand Luke. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. And there was a part in there where they were trying to they made him, he was boxing in there too a little bit, and they were trying to put him in shape. They were taking him through the test, and he had to eat 50 hard-boiled eggs, and they just kept putting them down his mouth. He just kept stuffing it down his mouth. I said, "Oh God," I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's terrible. Anyway, I don't know. Food. All right. I think I had my food for tonight. That's it. I'm just wiped out with it. Okay, I guess we'll catch you back here tomorrow, right?
See you tomorrow. Everybody be safe out there. Remember, stay out of the water. Don't go too far deep. Stay safe during this here tornado time, and be safe, period.
Take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Say, all right, take care.
Take care. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, you already know that he's here each week at this time, bringing you sports information. And those of you, you could have asked questions, but even if he's not here now, he's usually standing by, though. If you have any questions about any kind of sports events or anything like that, he has the answers for you. And we could relay all the messages to him. So thank you, Brian, for that. We'll catch you back here tomorrow. He'll be tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, he'll be here on the coffee hour. And we'll tell you more about that later on as the show progresses. But we want to thank you so much for being along with us for this Thursday. And if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And of course, we're going to be with you for the balance of the hour. And again, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, take the time right now. We have coming up a little less than a half hour, a little less than a half hour coming up before the show is over. So that's a lot of time. And what you should do right now is tag some of your friends, some of your chosen friends, not maybe all of them, but maybe some of them, and tag them and bring them to us right here. We'll see the information that you post to them, or they'll see the notification. They'll click on the notification and it'll bring them right to us. And they can be part of us as well. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I always say, make sure that when you go on, not Facebook, but YouTube, make sure that you go on to my YouTube channel and take your mouse and take the arrow and point it to the subscribe button, click onto that, and you'll be part of us as well. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to have a union card or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's free. And the benefit of it all is that every time we come on live or we post a video of some sort, you'll get notification too. And all you have to do is click on and it'll bring you right to the page. So that's the benefit of that. And again, for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, thank you so much for being along with us. You just heard Brian on Instagram, right? You didn't see him, you heard him. But I told you, as I said, you wouldn't be able to see him. So again, he'll be back with us tomorrow. And with more sports and more events on sports. It's coming up. And sports is big in the summer too. It's big in the summer. And before you know it, the football season will be back. All of that's coming back, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. On this day in history, shall we dance? Okay, let's go back to 1878. The first telephone was introduced to Hawaii, in Hawaii. On this day in history, in 1881, the Native American chief Sitting Bull surrenders to the U.S. federal troops. On this day in history, in 1935, the first broadcast of Gangbusters premiered on NBC Radio. On this day in history, in 1940, Billboard publishes its first single record chart. I'll Never Smile Again by Tommy Dorsey with vocals by Frank Sinatra hits #1. On this day in history, in 1944, U.S. President FDR nominated for the unprecedented fourth term at the Democratic Convention. Back in 1964, the first surfing record to go #1 by Jan and Dean was called Surf City. Back in 1965, Columbia Records releases Bob Dylan's single Like a Rolling Stone. Back in 1968, Judy Garland headlines a concert also featuring Count Basie and Jackie Wilson at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, her last US concert. And back in 1984, Vanessa Williams is asked to resign as Miss America due to publication of nude photos of her. Back in 1988, Michael Dukakis was selected Democratic presidential nominee. In 1933, Buddy Knox, American rock vocalist who had the hit Party Doll, was born in Happy, Texas on this day. He died in 1999. In 1938, Joanne Campbell, American pop singer, was born on this day in Jacksonville, Florida. She's 85 years old today. Actress Natalie Wood was born on this day in 1938 in San Francisco, California. She died November 29th in 1981 at the age of 43 years old. She drowned under mysterious circumstances. In 1945, rock vocalist Kim Carnes, with her big hit Betty Davis Eyes, was born in Pasadena, California, she's 78 years old today. Carlos Santana. Musician Carlos Santana was born on this day in 1947 in Mexico. He's 76 years old today. Actress Sandra Oh of Grace and Anatomy. Grace and Anatomy was born on this day in 1971 in Ontario, Canada. She's 52 years old today. In 1996, actress Bernadette Peter weds investment advisor Michael Wittenberg at Mary Tyler Moore's home in Millbrook, New York. Year 2002, ABC's World News Tonight and co-host, that's the co-host, Elizabeth Vargas weds singer-songwriter Mark Cohen. In 2013, Modern Family actor Jesse Tyler Ferguson weds lawyer Justin, how do you pronounce this? Justin Makita. Justin Makita. They got married in New York City. In 1966, actress Jane Mansfield and American film producer and director Matt Kimber file for divorce after less than 2 years of marriage. In 2015, country singer Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert divorced after 4 years of marriage. In 1969, singer Roy Hamilton died at the age of 40 years old. Actor Bruce Lee was born, died on this day in 1973 at the age of 32 years old from a cerebral edema. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know. And he was born on November 27th. In 1940 in San Francisco. In 1983, news anchor Frank Reynolds of ABC Evening News and World News Tonight died at the age of 59 years old. And finally, year 2000, gospel singer, R&B vocalist Mabel Scott dies at the age of 85 years old. And that's this day in history. And those of you who may know something that's happening on this day in history, well, we would like to know about it too. We would like to share it with everybody. Maybe I didn't know about it. I didn't mention it. Pass me by. I always depend on you for that. Let us know. Just type it in there. I'll see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I'll relay that information to you. I always ask all of you guys, if you want to get involved in conversation or do so, there's no problem with that. We would love to talk to you. And those of you who care to do so, you can still do so as we watch you right there on the big screen. We'll talk to you as well. But those of you who don't and still want to get in touch with me, I have information that I can do that. I can give you that information right now. I have two sources that you can use. I have my email address and my telephone number as well. And you can get in touch with me. Now, let me give you the email address first. How about that? Email address is Frank Allan Prod. That's Allan spelled A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D. That's short for productions. FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. That's FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. Or you can call. The number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, when you contact us, you may want to contact us for a specific reason. Maybe you want to find out more about this show, when we started this show, why we're doing this show, or whatever. Or maybe you have some idea about the show. Maybe you want to even critique the show. That's okay too. We're open ears, and of course, we would love to hear from you. Or maybe there's a guest that you would like to hear on the show. Maybe you want to be a guest yourself, whatever. If the idea sounds interesting to me, I'm open ears. We're open here. And we can do that. You can do that by either emailing or calling, either one or the other. So again, let me give you that email address once again. It's FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. That's FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. Once again, the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. And in case you're joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan. We're going to be with you for the balance of the hour. And not too far away, I am going to give you that information about the movies. Now, I know you guys like these movies. They're always my picks of the week. Always my picks of the week. And I get them directly from Turner Classic Movies. And a lot of you may do whatever you do on the weekends, but one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some old movies. So all I want to do is add to your bucket list of movies what to watch. And so I have a few interesting ones that I want to convey to you, and I will do that later on in the program before the show's all over. Again, thank you so much for being along with us. It's always a pleasure to have you on board with us. And again, anything that you want to talk about is right here. Marjorie Taylor Greene speaks outrage. Oh, this is ridiculous. Total ridiculous. Marjorie Taylor Greene speaks outrage by showing explicit photos of Hunter Biden at a congressional hearing. Classy. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene said she was uncomfortable showing these photos of Hunter Biden having sex, but Americans deserve to see them. They deserve to see them. You know, I say time and time again, these people are nuts. Why would I don't understand. This all happened yesterday. It all happened Wednesday and at a congressional meeting. Now you're in that hall, a sacred hall, where you have a lot of delegates and a lot of people there just waiting and just listening. And what she does is she picks up this photo and she shows everyone. It had to be embarrassing for a lot of people to even see that. And she says that that the American people deserve to see it. Why would they care? Why would the American people care about Hunter Biden's conquest or his outside activities for whatever he does? Now, the purpose of that congressional meeting, of course, as you already know, that Hunter Biden is being investigated for tax evasion. All right. And of course, if that's the case, then of course he has to be held accountable to that. And I don't understand. When I tried to figure it out and I didn't understand, if that was the case, why would these photos or why would these prints or the information that she had displaying to all of these people, what does it have to do with the investigation? You know, I mean, maybe it's because she's looking for attention. Maybe she's trying to stay relevant. She wants to stay in the news. And this lady does about anything she can to stay in the news. She'll do anything. She'll create, she'll conjure up anything to stay in the news. And she's talking about how the American people should know this. They deserve to know this. We don't care, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We don't even care about you. You know, we don't care about you, you know, and they're coming up with all of these ideas. She's crazy. And it's no wonder. It's no wonder that they officially kicked her out. It's official now. You already know that. They officially kicked her out at the Freedom Caucus. She's officially out of there. Now, what I say to Marjorie Taylor Greene, just keep talking, because they may kick you out of something else. You may not be able to come back in it. You know, I would like to meet the person who let that go farther than what it did. The person with the gavel. I'm not sure who was. Maybe it was Kevin McCarthy. I don't know. They should have stopped it right there. And you know, one of the people, you know, was saying to the guy that was in charge, the person that was conducting, the overseer, the moderator, whoever they were, said, look, do we have to listen to this? What does this have to do with the investigation of Hunter Biden's tax evasion? And she just kept talking over the guy. She said, this is my time. I'm taking back my time. This is my time. This is my time. Never stopped. Never stopped. And she gets away with it every time. And again, she's, you know, she does what she does because she's looking for attention. She's trying to smear people, as she always do, you know. And And so this is one of the ways to do it. So she shows a new picture. Of course, you know, I didn't get a chance to see it on TV. I don't know if it was live on TV. I don't know if they blurred it out, because on TV, in a situation like this, you're supposed to get like some kind of 7-second delay or so. So in case someone's curses or something like that comes up, they could technically block it out or do something about it. And in the meantime, these children are watching. You got children watching on TV, and she's showing this, you know. And so, and here's a lady that also throws stones. She throws a lot of stones. She lives in a glass house. Marjorie Taylor Greene lives in a glass house, but she continues to throw stones. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we know, you know, and I know, we got a lot on Marjorie Taylor Greene too. We could talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene all day, and all of her mistakes and her faults and her conquests. We've heard about those, right? But why? Nobody cares. And we're not going to mention it. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And when you put things like that out, think about your cult leader. He didn't do anything different. Think about your cult leader. You know, and the guy that wants to run for president of the United States once again, think about your cult leader. You know, think about some of the things that he said and some of the things that he did. According to the court of law, he raped. According to the court of law, he raped. So no one is saying alleged anymore. He raped. You know, and I'm probably sure, like in his lifetime, there was a lot of it going on. It's just that we just happened to see this one, you know. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't know. I think I'm not sure. She got kicked out of the Freedom Caucus. She needs to get kicked out of something else again. You know, I mean, just go away. Just Marjorie Taylor Greene, do something with yourself. Take a shower or something. You know, stay away from us, you know, because we know what you're trying to do. First of all, we understand, and she makes it crystal clear she wants to run for vice president with 345/666 Beast Incarnate. All right, that's, by the way, the disgraced, disgusting, twice impeached, twice indicted, and pretty soon 3 times indicted, which of course you already know that's coming along pretty soon. We heard about that. That's already in the news too. Of course, he got what they call that letter, that target letter. And when they send the target letter, that's almost like 100% guarantee that he's going to be indicted again. So we can look forward to another indictment. And this has something to do with the documents that he has taken and never returned. Who knows? He may have documents that he didn't return, that they didn't take away from him. You know? And so anyway, so this is the man who wants to run for president. Now, I can't speak for all of you people. I can't speak for you guys, and I'm not going to try to speak for you. But I do know that in 2024, November of 2024, we're going to be voting for a president. Okay? Now, we already know that DeSantis, I don't even know what his name is anymore. I don't know what he wants to be called. DeSantis or DeSantis, which one it is, I don't know. Anyway, we already know what his platform is. And these guys, they don't give you any kind of platform or any kind of agenda. They do have an agenda, but they don't have the agenda to help the American people. They don't let you know that they're going to be talking about unemployment. They're going to be talking about the economy or global warming or anything like that. They're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about the homelessness or anything like that. We already know that 345/666 Beast Incarnate. You already know what he's after. He already told you. He out now told you. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to abolish The Constitution, which, by the way, when he got elected the first time, he put his hands on the Bible, his right hand on the Bible, his right hand raised and his left hand on the Bible, swearing that he is going to protect and preserve the Constitution of the United States. He lied with his hand on the Bible. So, ladies and gentlemen, when lightning strikes, haul it, get away, get away from him as much as possible, get away, because eventually he's going to have to pay for that. You don't put your hand on a book called the Bible and swear that you're going to do this, and then you don't. You do the opposite. And so he wants to run again. And so, like I said, he already has what he has in mind. And what's going to happen, it may get to the point that if he's elected, I think it's a joke. Personally, I think it's a joke. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But if he gets into office, his plan is to be a dictator. So if you own a business or something like that, he'll tell you how to run that business. Your business won't be your business. Who knows? He may go into your bank accounts and take your money. All of these things, it's like, this is not Cuba. When Castro was around, he dictated to those people. And he wants to be like Vladimir Putin and all of these other dictators, instead of getting on his knees praying, because remember, he was the one that said, I have never in my life had to ask God for forgiveness. We never ask God for forgiveness, but he will. He will. He just doesn't know it. He will, because everyone has to meet their maker. And boy, he's going to have a meeting, a big meeting. He hasn't seen a meeting yet. He's going to have a meeting. And so I'm saying all of this to say that when that time comes around, for all of us to vote, and we've got a year before it happens, voting for the President of the United States, think about what he wants to do. And even though Joe Biden's ratings are in the tank, and that may change as well. You never know. Even though it's in the tank, that may change. You never know. We'll see about that. But think about that. Think about that. And we already know that Ron DeSantis, he's not going anywhere. And the people below him, they're not going to be president. So you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen, this is my prediction. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's going to be another Biden and 345/666 beast incarnate. And my prediction too is Biden beat him once, and Biden will beat him again. And after that, I charge the media. Once that happens, once it's all over, we get rid of this guy, throw him out of the consciousness of your mind. Don't give him anything to talk about. Don't cover him. Don't talk about him. Let him ride into the sunset with his deplorables or his cult followers, who I like to refer to as MAGA maggots. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time that I give you that information about the movies. And what I do each week, is I give you the movies to add to, of course, your bucket list of what to watch for the weekend. A lot of you do a lot of things for the weekend. And of course, you might want to take the time and view some of the movies I have for you. Now, I always do this. And of course, I always urge you to go back to Turner Classic Movies and look for others, and which I'll do in a few minutes. But sometimes you do things on a weekend, but one of the things that you might want to do is catch up on some old movies. So I want to right now take the time to relay some of the movies that are coming up this week that you may add to your bucket list of movies. Let's get started right now. Let's go back to 1972. 1972, Sounder with Cicely Tyson and Paul Winfield. That's coming on Turner Classic Movies, and you can catch it this Saturday. Now, if you're up late insomnia or anything, that's Saturday morning at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. That's Friday night, Saturday morning. So if you're up that late, other than that, you can DVR these movies and watch them later on at your own convenience. That's Sounder. After that, we have Network. Network goes back to 1976, starring Faye Dunaway, Peter Finch, and William Holden. That's on Turner Classic Movies as well. And this is another early morning shot. So if you're not up, DVR it. That's Saturday at 4:45 a.m. Eastern. And that's right there on Turner Classic Movies. Here's something else that was a tape that's an original. And it's called Philadelphia Story. The Philadelphia Story back in 1940, starring Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's at a reasonable time, but you can still DVR it if you can't make it and watch it in real time. Now, this movie was a spinoff of High Society with Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby. Remember that musical? And this is a spinoff of it. This is the original. Now, you know how I feel about remakes, but I got to tell you something. It's very few movies and very few shows that I like to see remade. But this one I didn't mind when they did the High Society. But this is the original Philadelphia Story. And it's black and white, of course. And like I said, you have Cary Grant, you have Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart. They're all there. And some of these old movies, they spin off, but they spin off the High Society with Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra. It's a great musical anyway. But this one is, again, comes on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, in conjunction with all of these movies that I gave you, you could also go to Turner Classic Movies and scroll through the program guide. Now, the program guide will give you more movies that maybe I didn't mention. Not that I don't like them. It's only because these are my picks of the week, and there were only 3 of them this week. But there are still movies that you may have seen and say, I have seen that movie before, but I like it, and I'm gonna watch that movie too. So that's another one that you can watch either live or DVR it. It's all right there in the schedule. And it's right there on Turner Classic Movies. So go there. And while you're there, ladies and gentlemen, while you're there going on to looking for some of great classic movies and other movies that you haven't seen in a long time, Movie on Demand, go on Movie on Demand, because they have a lot of movies from A to Z. It goes down from A to Z. And what they do with these movies, they keep them up there for a certain amount of time. And they even give you the date when they're going to take down that movie so they can make room for more movies. But if you missed it, they usually bring them back again and again. But that's how they do it. They recycle some of these movies. But a lot of the great movies that you haven't seen in a long time, they're right there from A to Z. There's a lot of them. And of course, while you're there, there's the Movie on Demand. When you're on Movie on Demand, you can watch pay-per-view movies. Those are the latest movies, and movies that are already in the theater, but you'd rather watch them at home. They're right there. And of course, like I said, it's pay-per-view. So of course you have to shell out some money for that. But in case you want to do that, you can do that. And on demand too, if you like sports, like I like wrestling, if you miss a match or anything like that, chances are you can go back the following day. It will be right there on demand, depending on the network it was on, whatever network it was on. You can check it out then. And then, of course, you know, they have all of the networks, and then they have a lot of documentaries and kids shows and all of that. It's right there. It's just right there. And I think you'll love them. They're right there for you. And a lot of people are enjoying these movies. So please, you know, ladies and gentlemen, take your time and enjoy them. So let me give you those movies once again. We've got Sounder with Cicely Tyson, Paul Winfield. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. And you have Network with Faye Dunaway, Peter Finch, and William Holden. That's Saturday at 4:45 a.m. Eastern. And The Philadelphia Story with Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart. That's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's all right there on Turner Classic Movies. That's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show. My time is up. But I tell you what, I will be back here tomorrow for you. We're going to do the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be here with sports. And of course, we'll have a lot more to talk about. And of course, if you want to get on the action as well, I want to say hello to Eloise Maroney. Hello, Eloise, a former co-worker of mine. Thank you so much for being out there for me. I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour. And if not, meet me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern for more of Talk Back Live. Brian Camp, as I said, will be here for sports and a whole lot of talk and action and the whole 9 yards. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great night, a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever you're celebrating right now. And I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host, Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.